I met a gypsy.
To talk about sport a little bit before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Predictions for the last couple of races. We're coming down to the wire. Who do you see doing what?
Like my dog in the race is Chase.
Yeah.
Because I like Chase. Not that I don't like Coop. It's not that, but like Chase is like one of our boys, right?
Yeah.
Do
you work with him
No,
that's one of the guys
just,
with Levi and
they're all boys. And plus,
yeah.
like I remember, like I tried to sign his ass when he's on a mini bike.
Really?
Yeah, and they didn't want anybody at the time, but Beaker ended up getting him, fucker. But he's good, and Kier's good, and those guys. But like my pick is Chase, and for these reasons, this weekend I think is the linchpin for this series. Like maybe it's wet, maybe it's not, maybe it's this, maybe it's not. But I think if Chase can win this weekend, and so that would be big because that's 3 in a row. But then he's going to go to 2 tracks that I think fit him perfectly.
And the black.
Yes. Because like he's always been great at Denver and at Salt Lake. And I think those 2 races play to his benefit.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'll say, Cooper Webb can pull some shit out of his ass when he needs to. Like, and I don't think it's the prettiest thing in the world to watch, but dude, he fucking does. He is a mad dog when it comes down to it. He is a gamer. He's probably the gamiest of the gamers in the game.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Like the nights that you're just like, dude, write that guy completely off. There is fucking no chance. Bro, he's on the podium. And how? Don't know. But he's got that thing in him. I don't know what it is. I don't know how he does it, but holy shit. He sometimes, dude, you want to talk about putting some lipstick on a pig? Sometimes he's got a pig of a day going.
Yeah.
And dude, she looks like the prom queen when you get to the podium.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he does it.
It's crazy, bro.
Crazy good.
Yeah.
But he's a gamer, man. He fights.
Man, and just one mistake.
Uh,
Chase only has to make one mistake.
Because he made so many dumb ones. Like the one that racing's hard. It's tough. But the one that I don't understand was the Triple Crown.
Arlington, yeah, I said the same thing.
I'm all, dude.
He probably doesn't like me now as a result of the things I said after that race.
But it's like, dude, like, gosh, that ended up being a 6-point swing.
You lost the battle and the war.
Yeah.
That was my whole point.
Like, dude, all you had to do was just stay right there. Because I remember, we were watching. I'm like, dude, he's got it. Like, he's gonna get the overall sick. The points are good. All this stuff, and it just goes. Like, shit, man. But then you have a race like what happened up in the mud, and that's just
the mud.
That's just the mud.
Yeah.
That's shit that can happen. That's dirt bike racing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I hope Chase gets it. I think it'd be rad. Pretty interesting with like his whole deal with like the teams and all that.
That was going to be my
fucking crazy, man.
It's a mess, eh?
Yeah. I think the reality is it's probably not really a mess. I think I don't know because he's not my guy, but I think everything's probably pretty well.
In what way?
Pretty well. Yeah, where he's going to go.
Yeah, but okay. So what's in the contract if he wins the championship?
Oh, does he have some sort of like a Prado deal where he's like locked in?
I'm sure he does.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I wonder. Yeah, so like by all accounts, it's like he's
because my understanding was like Prado when he won that championship, like he was supposed to be there still
at KTM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess if he got out of it,
yeah, I think he had to write a check.
Yeah. Okay.
At least the stories that you hear.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if Chase wins this title, is there like an automatic like renewal thing?
But then how does everything work out with like them going through the restructuring?
Well,
and the bankruptcy and like I have a KTM contract because of Juju.
Yeah,
like there is a lot of
verbiage in the contract
about bankruptcy and insolvency and everything. Like, okay, well, does the restructuring, how does that actually fit within the boundaries of what this is?
Yeah. Does that take you outside of the contract?
Who knows?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? So, yeah, there's a lot going on there.
And what it does to everybody else. So like Eli.
Oh, dude, it's like the biggest. It's the biggest. Like it's the first domino.
That's a linchpin.
Yeah,
Like right there.
For sure.
He's like literally holding up everything. And so just to go silly season, you've got Chase that will go to Cowie.
Yep.
That leaves a spot at Red Bull KTM, which I believe has been offered to Eli Tomac.
Yep. Which he goes there.
And then you've got, so the star thing's locked up. So
Yep.
you've got Deegan, you've got Coop, and you've got
J.
Coop.
Yep.
So Deegan will ride a 450 outdoors for like assume.
For sure, and might even be 450 full time.
Really?
Like that's what I'm hearing, but who knows? Like you hear a lot of you hear so much shit right now.
Yeah.
But then like with Webb, does he win this championship? And then what does that do? What does that do for his trajectory? Does he then say, because we know he doesn't like outdoors, does he then say, all right, fuck it, guys, like I got a Supercross title, I want a because his deal's up.
Yeah.
Right? Am I only Supercross only the next 2 years and I ride away into the sunset? Or does that make it so I ride 3 more years? Do I end up being a Kenny where, you know, only maybe riding 1 or 2 outdoors a year prolongs my career by another season or 2? Who knows? I mean, it's mad crazy what it does.
And then you've got Ducati that there's some stuff going on there, but apparently
they don't have the money.
I was going to say they don't have the money. Like everyone
to do an Eli level deal.
Yeah. So everyone thought, and I think even Eli thought, like, oh, I can kind of like shop around a little bit because I've got
there's going to be MotoGP money at
Triumph.
Ducati.
Yeah, Triumph's got a bunch of money. Ducati's got a bunch of money. Both of them were just like, whoa, we don't have that fucking money.
But now I'm hearing that Malcolm is going to Triumph.
Yep.
And Rockstar is going there with him.
But then I'm also hearing that Husky, he's contracted to Husky, and they don't want him to go.
Yeah.
Why would you want him to go?
He's fucking awesome.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's a killer. But then you got RJ coming up.
Yep.
You know, and then
who has a broken wrist.
Yep. And he's probably not going to ride outdoors. And then you have Vial, who if
he wins the title, he has to go up.
If somehow this works out, which it could, because I mean, really and truly, had the 22nd place not happen, he'd have a points lead
by a fair bit. Yeah.
So there's that going on, and then you have Hammaker, who is maybe going to break the pro circuit curse after 8 seasons. I mean, there's so much shit going on, and like the only thing that is like probably kind of locked down is the West Coast thing with Hayden, because he's got a bit of a lead. They only got 2 races left. You don't suspect that they're going to have a mutter at either of those. It could happen because they're both open air, but there's so much shit going on that like is undone, undecided, and all as an agent and someone that works with these guys, dude, most of this stuff is done by March. Normally, like every time you're doing like one of the big guys and you're doing all that, like the shit's done, like done. You know, because you're negotiating it you're either starting in December or you're starting in January on the big. Like you're normally halfway through before the first race happens.
Yeah.
For the top like 2% guys.
Yeah.
But it's bizarre. It's so bizarre where everything is right now.
Have you ever seen it like this in the time that you've been an agent?
No. It's really, really weird because I think maybe too, because of the bankruptcy thing with
KTM,
with them and what that ripple effect with Husky and with gas, gas going away or whatever it is, you generally don't see this much of a loss of seats and loss of staff and personnel and all the stuff that's kind of going on and moving, or the threat of it, I guess, because it's not lost yet, right? It's more the threat of what's probably going to happen. And then you got these 2 new brands that are like making their way into the 450 class. Like, dude, it's fucking wild. It is a wild situation.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.